the debate that this dating coach and I are having is that we can have grape energy, that we attract abusers into our life because of the energy we put out. She's a certified life coach in the law of attraction. So let's talk about this. I don't believe it. I think it's victim shaming. And I can't debate this with Lisa because the law of attraction is not actually a law like the law of gravity. It's a theory. It's a spiritual belief system. Everything they believe is based on theories and not on facts. When I was a pastor, we kind of had the same kind of a theory called name it and claim it. A lot of law of attraction people believe that before you're even born, you choose the path that you want for your life. Nobody can prove that. That's just a theory. They believe that your energy gives off different vibrations and frequencies depending on your emotions. But again, there's no study to prove that love, peace, and happiness is working at different frequencies than anger, frustration, sadness. I've yet to find a study to show what those frequencies are. So it's a theory. And I'm fine with people having theories and belief systems that are different than mine. But what I'm not fine is that you take your belief system and you talk about it as fact, saying that you have a certification, then you give yourself permission to victim shame people. That's what I'm not okay with. So they believe that you get rewarded in life by thinking, feeling, believing, and acting positively. And you get consequences for thinking, believing, or acting negatively. But we all know that bad things happen to good people all the time. So there's holes in their theories. Now, personally, as someone who's experienced trauma and has gone through trauma therapy, I do not believe that we attract bad things into our life. But I do believe that sometimes we allow bad things into our life because of our childhood programming, being taught that you had to be nice to everybody, that you had to hug people, and basically your feelings didn't really matter and you needed to worry about other people's feelings over your own. I think sometimes we allow toxic and abusive behavior in our life because of religious beliefs, because of society's expectations, and sometimes just because we get into an abusive situation and our nervous system takes over and we fall into the fight, flee, or freeze situation. And sometimes you get abused because you're just at the wrong place at the wrong time. But it's not because you attracted it to you. A lot of us are just not taught how to be good at repelling toxic people and how to enforce our boundaries. Because we're not taught these things, we get set up for abusive relationships. So you're not responsible for an abusive person's behavior, but we are responsible for our own healing journey. Telling your story of your abuse and owning your story does not mean that you have a victim mindset either. Most of us are telling our story because it no longer has power over us. And we're talking about the parameters that we've set in place, the boundaries we've set in place to prevent this from ever happening to us again, which means we are empowered and we're not having a victim mindset. Someone with a victim mindset doesn't believe they have any control over their life, that they can't change their circumstances, that they feel super helpless, and they're constantly ruminating about the trauma that's happened to them all the time and cannot function properly in life. And those people need to go to therapy as well to get out of that cycle of abuse and codependency that they're in, so that they can set goals for themselves, so they can self-advocate, so they can enforce their boundaries, so they can feel empowered. But talking about your trauma is a part of the healing process. And it does not mean that that person has a victim mindset or that they have grape energy. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about this.